Yo, what's going on, guys? Today we're gonna be making, uh, I would say more of like a theory and speculation video, and giving my thoughts on Sam and Tara, and their characters and how I think they will be for Scream 6, what I think could be set up for them and their characters. And yeah, we're basically for this video, that's what I'm gonna talk about here. It's just Sam and Tara and how I think they will be in Scream 6. And yeah, we're just gonna get right into it. Basically, whenever it comes to Sam and Tara, we have a lot of questions on how they're gonna be for Scream 6. Like, are they um is Sam's and Tara's mom gonna come into? Is she gonna come into play? Is she gonna come and be a part of Sam and Tara's life? Is she gonna be with them and whatnot? And then people are also wondering, like, is Sam gonna become dark? Is she gonna go to the dark side? Because she's after the last movie, with us seeing her having hallucinations of Billy, and like her, like the way she went crazy on Richie, that just magnificent kill that she did on Richie. I mean, like, a lot of people are wondering, like, is she gonna turn to the dark side? Is she gonna become evil? Is she gonna become the killer? And all this stuff. Me personally, I don't think Sam will be a killer. I don't think she'll go to the dark side. I don't think she'll become evil or anything like that. Honestly, because, like, I just think that with Sam, they can have her be, like, maybe a little bit dark. Like with Scream 6, they can have her, like, maybe having a little bit of bloodlust, like maybe a little bit of, like, just thirst, just temptation to, like, want to, maybe become a little bit evil or crazy. But, like, she doesn't ever, like, fully go fledged, just full on killer mode. I just think that she'll just be, like, having those, like, temptations and those thoughts and whatnot, and, like, she'll and all that stuff. And I think that'll be cool to see. And it would be something that I would like to see with Sam's character. I mean, even Melissa Barrera said that she would like to see Sam's character maybe go a little bit dark, maybe explore more of that dark path to her. And like, I think that would be cool to see. And that would be something that that would be awesome to, like, try to go more in depth into. But I don't want to see Sam go full on killer mode, like she becomes just a villain and all this stuff. Like, it's just like, I don't want to see that. And I know a lot of people, they've said they wanted to see that. They think she would be an awesome killer and all this stuff. She fits better as a killer. But the thing is, I feel like a lot of people are mainly saying that just because they don't like Sam's character. And, it's like, they're like, oh, well, I want Sam to either become a killer or I want her to get killed. And it's like, that's the only reason why. And it's just like, me personally, I don't really see it that way. Because, like, I actually like Sam's character. And I know a lot of people, they don't like her character. They hate her. And, I understand that. Everyone has different opinions. But it's like, me personally, I actually enjoyed Sam's character. I enjoyed her character for what she was and how she was written. I think it was brilliant with the way the writing was for her character. She displayed her character the way it was written, and she did that properly well, in my opinion. And I just feel like, I feel like the way she was written was done purposely. And I feel like that's what a lot of people don't realize. You know, people call Sam's character bland and, you know, generic and stuff, but it's like that was done purposely, you know? That was done purposely. She was written like that. I mean, and people are trying to blame Melissa Barrera for the acting of the character, but it's like if you look at other, you know, shows or movies that Melissa Barrera starred in, you'll see that she's actually a good, you know, actor in those other shows or movies. You know, because I haven't seen that many with her in them, but I have seen a few, and she actually was good in them. She actually was good in them. So that right there just tells me, you know, because, you know, even in the recent one that she did with I think, I forgot what it was called, but it was a show on Netflix that Melissa Barrera was in, and she starred in that, and what's it called? She basically, I forgot the whole premise and like the whole like concept of that show or whatever, but basically in that, you know, in that TV show on Netflix that I saw her, and she was good acting wise. You know, she was good, and I seen her in a few other things, and she was good in those as well. So that's why I feel like that right there just tells me that she was written the way she was on purpose when it came to Scream 5. Like, she was written as this bland, generic, you know, character. Because, you know, that's how she was supposed to be. Because she was taking medications. She was seeing, you know, having hallucinations. She was, you know, having breakdowns and whatnot. She was kind of just losing herself. She just didn't know how to feel and what to do. Like she was going through a lot. And I feel like it makes sense now looking back at her character in that point of view. Like, you know, you really do see that her character was written like that on purpose. And Melissa Barrera, I feel like she nailed that. She played that well with how she was written like that, you know? People say, oh, well, if someone else played Sam's role, it would have been better because Melissa Barrera is, like, she can't act. But like I said, if you see Melissa Barrera in other things that she's been in, she actually she actually is good in terms of acting wise. So it's like that just tells me right there, like I said, that with Scream 5, she was written the way she was on purpose. You know? That's why it's called acting. You know, it's like, I don't know. But I understand that not everyone likes her. I understand that. But I don't really want to see her, you know, go full on killer mode and whatnot. But like I said, I would want to see, like, you know, maybe her struggle with, like, you know, the urge to maybe become a bad guy and whatnot. Like, I feel like that would be cool to see. But and then with Tara, you know, we know that she's no longer she's no longer because, like, I feel like with Tara, we're gonna probably see a different side to her that we didn't see before in Scream 5. And the reason why I feel that way is because, like, you know, apparently with, like, that, I'm pretty sure you guys know the quote, you know, in that article from Twitter where, like, it was like this image, and, like, you know, in the article it, like, quoted something that Tara had said to Gail, where she was like, how about you I forgot what she said, but she was like, how about you broadcast that to your newbie audience, or to your dim-witted audience. I forgot, it was something like that, but Tara said that to Gail. And, you know, a lot of people were like, oh my, like, you know, people were upset with that, because, like, people were like, why is Tara acting like that to Gail? Like, is she gonna be, like, just rude and whatnot in this movie? Like, but, like, I feel like, you know, I don't think, which, like I said, I made a video on that, you know, and how fans were reacting to that, you know, and, like, I felt like, you know, me personally, I don't think it's kind of wrong for Tara to feel that way. Like this image right here is what I'm talking about. But there was an article connected to this image that, like, it said what Tara, had said to Gail in this scene. She was like, "Oh, air that to your dim-witted audience," and she just got mad, and her and Sam left in a taxi and whatnot. Um, what's it called? But like fans they got mad about that because they were like, "Oh, like why is Tara disrespecting Gail like that? Like are they just gonna make Tara just this rude, unlikable character for Scream 6? Like, is she just gonna be this different whole, just type of character for Scream 6? She's just gonna have a completely whole different personality, you know? And I felt like I said, I did think that fans were kind of overreacting, to this article, with Tara saying that to Gil. I did think fans were overreacting, but I do think that Tara might have a switch in personality, you know, compared to how she was in Scream 5. Because in Scream 5, she was like she was scared. She was like always just paranoid and always like, just this was traumatizing to her. This was the first time she experienced something like that. And, Tara was like just in the beginning of the opening scene, we see she's just like this horror. I mean, I wouldn't say she was into horror as much as Mindy, because Mindy's obviously the Randy of the group, but she definitely was into horror a little bit because she liked Hereditary, It Follows, Babadook, you know, all those movies. So, you saw, like, I felt like in the opening scene, you got to know Tara a little more. You got to see, like, her real personality of how, like, quirky and, just, like, how funny and immature she was. And, she was just, like, kind of, like, trolling Ghostface in the beginning. But, like, and, you got to, I feel like in the beginning of that opening scene for Scream 5, you got to see the real Tara, And then in the rest of the movie, she was just, like, I guess, just crying and, like, scared and whatnot. Which I get that, because she was going through a lot. I mean, she got attacked, like, so many times throughout that whole movie. So, it makes sense. But I feel like with Scream 6, she's probably going to be, like, more of this, like, badass, rude, not... I mean, she's probably still going to be scared of all these murders that she's facing, But I feel like she's not going to be as scared as much anymore. And we know that, Tara has now healed, she's no longer on crutches anymore. She can walk now properly, and, her hand healed because we had this image right here showing, like, the scar that they added from, like, when Tara got stabbed through the hand. So, yeah, we know Tara's now healed and she's better now. But, yeah, I think Tara, she can have more of this, like, badass, mean girl persona for Scream 6. Like, I feel like that could happen with her, and she might not be as scared. Like, she still would be scared about everything going on with Ghostface and the killings and all that. But she probably won't be as much compared to the last movie. And I think that would be awesome to see. We can really see her. I really hope, we can see more of that final girl material with Tara. I feel like show more of that badass, persona to her. Show more of that side to her. So, yeah, I hope we get to see that with Tara, and I hope we get to see Tara and Sam's relationship develop more for Scream 6 as well. Because I felt like with Scream 5, Tara and Sam's relationship was like, it was brilliant. It was amazing, and it was fascinating to see. And, I felt like the way it was, the way both the characters were written when they had dialogue together, it was like at times it was like emotional, and you can really feel like the genuine, like if they really were sisters in real life, like, like you can feel like the tension and the emotion between them with certain scenes with Tara and Sam whenever they were talking to each other. You can see like that, just that genuine, you know, just conversation that they were having with certain scenes. And I felt like, they're the way both of the characters were written for Tara and Sam, were it was awesome. And I really like the dialogue between the characters. And I hope we get to see their relationship grow more in Scream 6. And, I hope we get to see, like, maybe Sam is, like a little overprotective of Tara. Maybe, like, Sam is like maybe a little, like, paranoid and she's, like, maybe she's a little controlling over Tara. She doesn't want Tara to like go anywhere or like leave her sight. And she's like kind of like scolding Tara. She's kind of like a I would say like a just a overprotective sister, big sister to Tara. I feel like that dialogue between Sam and Tara would be something I would like to see, because you would get to see that progression of just how Sam is now from Scream 5 to, like, from then to now. You get to see that progression. In Scream 5, I mean, Sam was like, she was overprotective of Tara, but like I feel like that was like kind of a first experience type of thing for both her and Tara. So it's like they weren't fully in the zone of like how to handle this situation. I felt like it wasn't until towards the end where, like, whenever after Dewey died and they were in the hospital and Sam and Tara were talking to each other in the hospital, and they were like talking about, Sam was like, oh, we gotta get the fuck out of Woodsboro and whatnot. And, like, that's whenever, I feel like Sam was like, she kind of just wanted to, like, once she finally, got the, I would say, like, once she finally got just after all the madness had endured and had passed, I felt like that's whenever she was like, you know what, we got to get out of here, we got to get out of here, because when you're in fear, you're not acting right, so I felt like both Tara and Sam were not, like, they weren't necessarily handling the situation properly. They didn't think, hey, let's leave Woodsboro, because there's so much shit going on here. So it's like, it's like they didn't stop to think that, because they were just going through so much craziness, with all the killings and with them being attacked. So, like I said, with Scream 5, Sam and Tara, they did not ever, that was a first experience to them. So they weren't thinking straight around that time. But now I feel like Sam is going to be like more of this like paranoid, just like overprotective sister to Tara, because she's like, nah, like, I don't want anything to happen to you. I want you to be safe. So, and Tara might be like, oh, like, you're over exaggerating, you're doing too much. Like, you're always just trying to boss me around for no reason. Like, you're just overreacting. Like, I feel like I would like to see that dialogue between Sam and Tara, because you really get to see that just progression of their relationship and how it is now. And like, Sam, I feel like she might be a little bit more on, I would say, more darker in Scream 6, because like she's wearing like this like dark leather jacket, dark jeans with the white shirt underneath, and like this dark black hair, black fingernails. I mean, she's probably gonna go I wouldn't say emo, but I mean, she's gonna probably be a little bit more on the just, like, she's probably gonna, I feel like all the black on her is like somewhat resembling that she's gonna be more of a darker character in Scream Six, and she's gonna have like a much darker battle that she's gonna be dealing with Scream Six, and that's why I think she looks all dark with everything, because that kind of resembles how she is in life. So yeah, I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing that side of Sam. I hope they explore and go more in depth into that stuff, and I just hope we just get to see like just great dialogue and just great expansion on Sarah and Sarah and I mean, I'm over here saying the names wrong. Tara and Sam's relationship. We get to see that progression, and hopefully we just get to expand more on that. So yeah, hopefully we get to see that, and like I said, I don't think Sam and Tara's mom. I mean, Sam and Tara's mom are gonna be in Scream Six. Um, I don't know. I just don't think she is, because like, what's it called? In Scream 5, like we know that Sam and Tara's mom were like, she was in London and whatnot, like in like a and she was like in London doing in a meeting, and you know she was like all the way down there. But it's like, come on, like she, because all we know is that, you know, because Christina Carpenter, she called, which is the name of their mom. She called Tara, because that's what Tara said, like in the hospital when Sam had got there. She was like, "Oh yeah, she had called me," but that's all. That's the only thing we know about Christina Carpenter, is that she had a meeting in London and she called Tara, and checked in on her, but that's it. It's like after that she was just like, "Oh yeah, my daughter got attacked, but like, I'm in a conference in London, so I can't come, so you know I'm sorry what happened to you, but just be safe, and just bye." I felt like that's kind of what it was, because it's like, if it was really, if I mean, if she really cared about Sam and Tara, she would have came to see them. And I understand with like Sam, because like we know that Sam had like, she didn't have a great relationship with her mom after she had so called was the reason why Sam and Tara's dad left. Well, Sam's stepdad and Tara's real dad. She was the reason that he left, and that's Sam's mom tried to blame that on her, and she tried to like act like it was her fault, but yet she was the one that literally cheated on her. She's the one that cheated, and ended up having Sam, as at an early age, and basically, she basically cheated, and then tried to blame it on Sam like it's her fault. And then, that kind of was like the dent in their relationship. Sam and her mom, at that point, we know that, after he, Tara's real dad had left, that's whenever Sam had gotten mad at, Christina Carpenter got mad at Sam, and, they just didn't really like each other that much anymore. And we know Sam ran away after that for years and started, getting in trouble and with the cops and doing drugs. And so we know how their relationship was and how it still is now. And I get that, Sam's mom doesn't like her, but it's like, why wouldn't you at least come for Tara, Like, Tara was attacked. She was the one that was attacked and whatnot. And yet, she never even stopped by to come. Like, I get she was all the way in London and, like, Woodsboro's in California. But it's like, come on. you could have at least called more than once to check up on her and actually give more concern to your daughter. You know, like you could have been like, "Oh yeah, like I hope you're okay. Like I'm on my way over there. It's gonna take a long time, but I'm gonna keep checking on you because I really care for you and I want to make sure you're okay." Like if we would have seen that, then yeah, we would know that for sure that Tara's mom cares about her. But I mean, she basically only caught her once and checked up on her once, and that's it. So, I mean, I don't know, man. That's why I don't think we're gonna see Sam and Tara's mom in Scream Six, because it's like she does. I feel like Sam and Tara's mom doesn't even care about them. So, but hey, I don't know. That's just me though. I don't, and I don't even think we need to even see her, to be honest. Because I felt like at first we needed to see her, but now it's like I don't know. I don't really think we need to see her anymore, to be honest. Like I just felt like it's just it would like I feel like there's really no point, in my opinion. So, but hey, that's just me. Let me know what you guys think. What you guys want to see for Sam and Tara's character for Scream Six? How would you guys want them to be and whatnot? And yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. There's a few other things I wanted to talk about, but I don't have that much time. Um, so, but yeah, like let me know what you guys think, just overall, on what you guys think about this video and what you guys think Sam and Tara's character will be like for Scream 6 and how you guys would want them to be. And yeah, let me know if you guys are excited for Scream 6 overall. Yeah, comment down below, like and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.